It's week 10 here at Point Blank. That means it's the final week of Point Blank Music School. I know, I'm so sad. But there's no time for being sad. It is the Open Decks night tonight, and it's the final Open Decks night, so everyone's partying hard, and that's what we're gonna do. And also, I'm playing as well, so let's go check it out. Today is the last intro to Ableton class I'm going to be doing. It is week 10 today and emotions running high. Last time I get to see Thomas, so let's go have a chat with him. Alright, so I'm here with Thomas, my intro to Ableton instructor, and it is the last time I get to see you. We had a great 11 weeks though.
Yeah.
So, realistically, okay, if somebody came into the class, okay, that had no idea, not the slightest clue on how to make music, okay, you reckon you can get them to make a half-decent track by the end of the 11 weeks?
Yeah, well, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that some of the people in the class had pretty much exactly that, no experience. I mean, you can definitely see in the assignments there's some that are a lot better than others, and those are the ones who came in with a bit of experience. But even the people in the class, and I think there were only two or three in the class that didn't have any experience, even they've managed to get out like a pretty decent sounding track for 11 weeks of learning is pretty impressive. Essentially everything is covered from music theory to basic compositional stuff is covered in the 11 weeks. So I think if you knew absolutely nothing, you could come into the course and definitely come out with a half decent track. But in terms of the functionality of the software itself, there's nothing left to cover really.
It was pretty complete. Like it was a pretty complete course on how to use Ableton, especially from like the ground up. Like if you didn't know anything, by the end of it, you should pretty much have your head around the software.
Yeah.
When you learn Ableton by yourself, it's different than when you have a structured module specifically for learning it. For me, look, I taught myself how to use Ableton. In the time that I learned everything that I learned in this course, it took me maybe probably a year and a half to actually learn what I learned here. When you come and do this course and you don't know Ableton, you basically learn what you would learn if you taught Ableton yourself in like a year and a half in about 11 weeks. And it keeps it exciting as well, because I don't know about you, I'll watch like a tutorial, I'm like, oh, I'm going to learn this about Ableton. And then you go through like the second tutorial and you're like, I'm so bored right now. So basically in 11 weeks you can learn Ableton from the ground up.
From absolutely zero to finished track.
To absolute hero. That's what you're supposed to say.
I was going to go there. I didn't want to promise too much.
And then, if you want to learn more, you can always take another course.
Exactly. Nice. Signing off.
Yay. That's it. That's it. That was our 11-week journey. It's over now.
You need a high five.
High five or a high?
An Andrew Huang style high five.
Yeah.
Standing. We've got your mark.
Sweet. It is now the end of the term, and I'm here last time, unfortunately, with Mr. Anthony Chapman, sound engineering instructor. Had a great time.
Good. That's what I like to hear. I did say at the start, didn't I, that it's fun. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I always, because of I understand how it's a tough sell. The sound engineering module is a tough sell to students who maybe are really only focused on electronic music production.
Yep.
But I always try to say from the very beginning, I'm confident students will find it relevant.
I got to say, it's definitely the most practical course that I did at Point Blank.
Because the whole thing is working towards creating something.
There was a real sense of achievement when I finished Wonderwall, and I was like, oh, I'm actually happy with this. And it feels good because it's like, you have something that you've made in the end, and you can just kind of go back to and go, I did that there. And the thing I liked about this course as well was because it was so hands-on and it was very group-orientated, everyone was friends at the end.
Exactly. It really does feel like this module, more than any of the others, everyone kind of bonds a bit. I always say the best thing about this module is getting to work with the musicians that we work with. So, the drummer in week 5, the guitarist in week 7, and the singer in week 8, That's amazing. There's not really any other module where you do stuff like that, because it's always going to be the students and the tutor. In sound engineering, it's the students, the tutor, and then these 3 pro session musicians.
And it's good because it really felt like we were doing this seriously. It wasn't like, all right, we're going to take baby steps here. It was just like, all right, here's a professional.
Exactly.
You guys got to record him. And also dance music on the radio and stuff like that.
It's almost all of it is going to have a vocal on it. If you listen to, quote, pop radio, commercial radio stations where they're playing songs, there's a lot of club music, big hits get played on the radio. They're almost always going to have vocals on them. So I think it's totally relevant to have this experience of working with a singer. And I think that's partly why we do the cover version. What we're trying to do is take out the writing part of it, because that's not part of this module. So we encourage people to do a cover version. And in a way, I think doing a cover version means that people can take a bit more of a risk and do something like you guys, drum and bass version of Wonderwall. That's pretty extreme. It actually works really well.
Yeah,
dare I say it? Yeah. So if it's a hit, you know who's responsible for it.
It would be really easy to teach a sound engineering course and make it boring.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
But I came out of there going, man, I had so much fun in that class. It was a great experience.
I'm glad.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss you, Anthony.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, this is it. Today's the absolute last day I'm going to be here at Point Blank. I'm going to go see Linton now for the one-to-one, and we're going to chat about how we all went this term at music composition. And I'm with Linton Bennett for our last ever meeting. No. Again, thank you so much for that amazing term that we had. Learned so much.
I thank you. It's the students that make the term.
Do you have a vision of what you expect the student to come out with at the end of the 11 weeks?
No. I know it might sound odd, but from the very first day, I say, look, we've got 10 weeks together. I'm not going to teach you how to write music. What I'm hoping I'm going to do is have you understand what music it is you're trying to write. It could actually stifle the student if you're just ramming it down. This is chord progression, this is C minor, But it's like, what I try to do is say to them, hey, do what you do with it, because now you've got theory to back up what madness was going on in your head. Now you can say, it's going from there to there, and I know why that's doing that, and I know why that sounds like that. Because I want everybody in here, everybody's got a hit song in their head, because who wants to be doing music they don't like for the rest of their career?
I found that when we're learning a lot of the stuff, it's not so much that you're learning the rules of music theory. It's more so that you're using tools to navigate your way around the jungle, which is music theory.
Yeah.
We learn tools, not rules.
I like that.
Yeah. So if a student came in to your next class, next term, and said, I don't know anything about music, what do you reckon you could teach him in those 11 weeks?
11 weeks, I can teach them something in 1 minute that will absolutely blow their minds. People know a lot about music. They just haven't been asked, what is it? And that's the major scale. So if I played this note, we learnt this when we were 1, 2, 3 years old.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do.
You know the entire major scale. So all you really need to do is learn the minor scale now, and you've learnt 2 modes like that. And it's all, we listen to so much music, but because no one's asking us, what is that? What is that? And what is that doing? It stays locked in until somebody says to you, do you know what that is? And then you can break it down to them and tell them. So you can teach people things really, really quickly because they've got lots of it already in their head. And then you stick around for the next 10 weeks and then you'll be surprised what else you're going to learn.
One last question before we head off.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the most important class at Point Blank?
Hell yeah. Right. You get me into trouble. No, you know what? As important in order to be able to take advantage of what the other great lessons have, if you're going to do sound design and you've made the fattest sound on the planet, and you know what notes to play with that sound, it's worthless. It's going to just sound like noise. So I think this sets the foundation. I'd say it's the best class. I think it's the class we all need to start with.
Yeah, I really do feel like this kind of class links a lot of the other classes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to know something about music to push a fader up to make a sound great. but it has to be some music that it has to be in connection with. Otherwise, you've just made a great sound. What are you going to do with it?
And we're at Point Blank Music School. We might as well be learning some music.
You're damn right.
Thank you so much, Linton. It was a real pleasure.
It's an absolute
real pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. You come back and see us now, yeah?
Ah, of course. Of course.
Thanks a lot, man.
I'm so sad that I have to leave. We need to take one more look just for the memories. Well, that's it. This is my last day here at Point Blank. It's been an amazing journey. 3 months of making great friends, learning great things about music. But as with all good things, they have to come to an end. Point Blank, thanks for having me here. I had a great time, and I'll see you around.